very good. We had already started talking about our yes, the generation to come will also, if they attend Sunday school, see. I think that was very wonderful and impactful.
I like what you said. If
Yes,
they
if.
attend, and that's if only if we can be part of the Sunday school classes, we would be able to understand to a large extent what our tenet is, and by then we can understand some of these doctrines our fathers are putting our feet on, so that we do not derail from. All right, you can still join us via chats on Facebook, on YouTube, on MixLR, and make comments, send in your questions, because very soon a guest will be joining us in person of Pastor Dr. Davis will be joining us here in the studio. So those questions you want to ask him and that you are unable to get across during the service, you can send them now and we'll be able to ask him here. And you can also call in via the numbers you see on your television screen, so you can participate in this meeting. Okay, let me come back to us. So we still talking about these doctrines, and he mentioned some things that for me it doesn't really sit well. Not one of it is the aspect of, you know, we talk about when we leave the Apostolic Church. If we go to other denominations, under 2 months, for example, we are being inducted or ordained as ministers. But I'm looking at it in this aspect. Should that be an issue for us, that our materials are being used outside? You know, it's just like you giving me food. I am overfed, and you still keep me in the house without me burning those excesses. Very soon I become obese and useless to myself. That is the way I'm seeing it. So I want us to give our view one after the other before Pastor Toby comes for me. Fortunate, what do you see to that scenario?
Well, I feel I don't want to really dive too much into this. I'll just keep it brief. But I feel we are still working. Actually, we're still working in the LAWNA Territory. We're still working, and I feel with time things are going to get better. Yeah, I feel with time that this is a new regime, and we hope for better changes. Actually, you know, there are times that, you know, now we have a fixed rule. We have a way things are done. There's a way things are done presently now, but we are hoping for better gifts like that. There are a lot of gifts in the house. There are a lot of gifts that we need to make sure we're using. So I believe that we are going to also make use of all these gifts now, even with the youth in picture.
Okay, in 60 seconds.
Yeah, the doctrine of the Apostolic Church is not a burden at all. And it's not telling you that you shouldn't go out there to manifest. So every one of us as a member. So you have the gift, exhibit it, use it for other people, use it positively. That is just it.
Well, I want to believe the issue of being fed spiritually, there is no way you'll be overfed. When it comes to things of the still for more daily. So it's the issue of being overfed and you want to go and dispose some outside. I don't think it works there. Like what you are trying to source. And that is to our advantage. And the church is saying that why should we just we'll be building you and other, even look at the prophecy. Said others are harvesting what we have built. We'll be building you and other people will be harvesting. It's not nice, it's not good. So they are saying that let us, whatever we have learned here, let us use it here. Whatever shortcomings we have seen, let us use it here.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our guests come join us. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
GVTV app is here. Glorious Vision Television now has an app. You can watch all our defined programs seamlessly, anytime, any day. You can also watch our live programs via the live TV page. Download different versions of Bibles. You can listen to audio messages. Create a playlist of your favorite programs. Search for GVTV on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Download and install. Click on the 3 horizontal lines at the top left. Click on Login and create a new account. Sign up to join community chat on the app. You can also link your social handles to get more followers. Download GVTV app now. It is quick, easy, and at your fingertip. GVTV, the world, our inspiration.
You may not hear applause. You may not get recognized. But heaven sees you. Jesus said in Revelation 2:2, I know your works, your labor, your patience. God is not blind to your sacrifice. The late nights, the unseen acts of kindness, the prayers you pray in private. Every step of obedience is recorded. So don't stop. Serve with joy. Love with passion. Give without expecting in return. Because your Father, who sees in secret, will reward you openly. Keep being faithful. It matters more than you think.
This message is from Glorious Vision TV, the Word, our inspiration.
Thank you for staying tuned, and it is still the roundup session for the young people's teaching that was just concluded. And joining us this evening is none other that I've mentioned than our own dear pastor, all the way from the United Kingdom, in person of Pastor Dr. Davis, who just finished dishing out the word that says, keep moving in the doctrine of the fathers. We are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Nice teaching and a powerful one, we must say. You know, you did justice to what the fathers has given us a topic, and I want to believe we have some few questions for you here, and the first question I'm going to ask is, how do we distinguish between sound doctrine and modern interpretation that distorts the apostolic message?
Well, thank you very much. Sound doctrine is rooted in the scripture. It's rooted. For example, we talk about the doctrine of salvation, the doctrine of sanctification, the doctrine of consecration. All those ones, they're the generic one. They are rooted. Any doctrine that is not rooted in the scripture, then it's not sound doctrine. So because the scripture is actually our guiding principle, is what we follow. Everything will be an offshoot from the scripture. So that's how we know.
Okay. Also, we have the doctrine,
Yeah.
and there are some things that are natural tradition. You know, it's easier for us to be doing tradition, and we say we are keeping up with the doctrine. There are some things that scripturally it is neither wrong nor right, but we are doing them. So how do we balance between the father's doctrine and our father's tradition?
Tradition, yes. The traditions more like policies. So policies are subject to change, they're subject to review. So like the grandmother, the deaconesses in the Apostolic Church, when they go and clean the church, so they have to take me along. So they don't, men can come to night vigil. So I think that one is policy, it's different from doctrine, because that is not rooted specifically in the scripture. And sometimes you can see it scattered somewhere here and here in the scripture, but for it to be confirmed as a doctrine, you have to see it from the beginning. You have to see it in Genesis. You have to see it. For example, you know, when somebody asked Jesus and told Jesus, hey, Moses gave us a doctrine and said, if you have a wife and they getting really, really stubborn and this, that you can write a note to separate with them. Say, Moses told us that. And Jesus told them that from the beginning, it was not so. So, Jesus was referring them back. He said, male and female, he created them back to the beginning. So it must be rooted. So those ones are policy. And those ones, you know, like Revelation is progressive. Those ones are subject to change.
All right. I think this same question you have just answered, somebody just asked it, and the person already, Jimmy Bamdele Michael, what is the difference between doctrines and policies, and where are the policies derived from if they can be reviewed according to our teacher? And I think that is what you they just do. Another person. Okay.
I want to add a little bit more on that. Policies are different from doctrine. For example, if I go to a white garment church, I don't know which particular one, but you have to take your shoes off. That's not doctrine. That's a policy. But I'm buying that policy. If I want to go to their church, I must take my shoe off because that is their identity. That is their root. That is their policy. Unless they change it tomorrow, but that's different from doctrine. It doesn't mean when you come to Apostolic Church, you have to take your shoes off. The same thing with us. There's something that their policy that we do in the Apostolic Church. For example, women It doesn't matter how well grounded that you are, you can't get past a deaconess. You can't be ordained as a pastor for now. You can be ordained. So those ones are different policies around that. But doctrine is quite different from policies.
All right. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Please, sir, can you share a personal experience where staying rooted in the Apostolic Church doctrine has helped you to overcome some life challenges?
Well, the thing that really helped me, one of the things that we're taught in the Apostolic Church, we were brought up with, Sunday school and all of that, is humility. Humility. Now, you might say that is rooted in because that's a fruit. That's a fruit.
Yes.
When you're born again, I undergo certification, how we know is better for you know that you must be humble. To teach in a particular place when I got to the United Kingdom. When I got there, I was going through the interview. The man that came to welcome me, the white man that came to welcome me, is a very short man like this. Okay. Very short man. And he looked as if he's a cleaner. The other people just say, hey, look at him. But because the way we've been brought up. So he said, yes, sir. You know, like someone, they don't do that, they don't post it, they don't, but I just, because that's, we don't know anything else. I was doing that, but he took a special interest, okay. Right, so when we go there and we're doing the interview, when I saw you as part of the interview panel, I was really shocked. Wow. And when they started asking me questions, because I was not grand as a den in the country there. So the question was asking me, I don't know some of the answers. He was the one giving me the answers. Wow. He was the one that, do you mean to say, do you mean? And it was like an angel. Wow. But what's ended me to that was following what being taught, humility, respecting. You see, almost all our father, you said, Daddy, you greet each other. That is our culture. That is part of us. That is our DNA. All right. And that really helped me. And I also want to tell you this other one. All right. When I was in NYSC, I did NYSC in Abuja before I traveled. So one of the things that we learned was anywhere we are apostolic, we're always useful. It's either we're in choir, we are playing instrument. Any apostolic person can play 2-3 instruments. Yeah. I can play. By God's grace, this, you can play all of that. So when we got to NYSC, the first thing I started doing was to join the choir, was playing. We were playing one day when somebody passed by. It happens to be an MD of a company. And he heard the way we were playing. He said, wow, this is beautiful. Then he came and said, is there anyone that studied this course and got this grade? I was the only one. That was how I got my first job. Wow. So it has, honestly, it has been the foundation of where God has taken us. All right, thank you very much. I have one more question for you, sir. Sir, what daily habits would you recommend for the youth to be rooted in this doctrine of the Apostolic Church? What I want to say is they need personal encounter. You can't give what you don't have. Everybody need personal encounter. Otherwise, because that's what keep you grounded in these things. Because sometimes you do things we don't know why. Then it's only a matter of time before you derail from that thing. So you need to know why is this, and the why is in the scripture. You need to know why.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, you're talking about instrument. I know you were the music director of Tax One like many years ago.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yes, so now, going back to school, Tax One, of course, the Apostolic Church still tries to make sure that Tax One is also still rooted in the Apostolic Church. But there is a wave on campus now, campuses now around Nigeria, where doctrines that are not apostolic has infiltrated the campuses. And we discovered that before, prior to now, when Tax One-ites finish from school, they come to the church to give back to the church. But now they don't even want to associate with the church at all. And we are talking about staying in the doctrines of the Father. They don't even want to be a part of it. How can we now blend the activities on campus and also the church so that when they leave campus, they still have a home to come back to, so that they come and stay in this doctrine we are talking about?
I think what I noticed with that is there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect somewhere, you know, it's like you have all this wired together. And that's a disconnect somewhere. It doesn't matter how much each part tries, it's not connecting. So Tax One, they're doing really, really extremely well. The church itself is doing really well, but we need to find that connection back. We need to find it back. So, and how we can do that is encourage the leadership, our fathers, to engage with the Tax One. The one thing that really, before God brought the Apostolic Church Nigeria back solidly together, all the territories, one thing that has been really really strong together is taxman.
Yes.
Yeah. I went for a program recently. I was invited by a former taxman president. I know you won't mind me asking, Brother Diolu. So he invited me to Reading for his 50th birthday. So I was, to share some of the occasion. So I got there, and when I got there, you see, almost everybody that came there from every part of UK, they were taxmanites. They were taxmanites. This one's redeemed, this one's winners, they're all pastors and this and that. But when we see each other, that was this bond, unbelievable, that you can't tear apart. Like I said, there's a compass in us. That compass we always redirect and find home. I think what we need to do is, and what I gather from that meeting after we finished and spoke and prayed together, and in fact, the person that handed over to me, like you mentioned, taxman, the person that was the choir director that handed over to me, I handed over to my now wife.
Wow.
So see the way it goes. The person that handed over to me was also there.
Oh.
He was also in London, married, he was a pastor, the husband is also a pastor of a different church. Well, everybody was there. And so what I think is that their heart is still in the Apostolic Church.
Yes.
All right. I just have 2 more questions,
Yeah,
and I would allow you to go. I want to combine from our online listeners. One of them asked, Julius Oluwole says, I want to ask a question. Why are we using the ring to join the couple on the wedding day instead of the Bible, which is the Holy Book? And the second one says, why are the youths leaving the church? Don't you think the doctrine of apostolic needs to be reviewed?
So let's start from the second one. Don't you think the doctrine, or maybe don't you think the policy? Maybe the person wants to say
It
policy.
should be referring to policy.
If it's policy, yes. Doctrine, no. Doctrine is rooted in the scripture. The scripture cannot be broken. That one is rooted in the scripture. I think one of the teaching we need to do is to know the difference between policies and doctrine.
Exactly. Okay. So because of time and so that you can run up with other assignments that you have, just tell us about the UK convention.
Thank you very much for mentioning it, and thanks for playing our. Now the UK convention last year, it was phantasmagorious. It was magnificent. I mean, we had over 1,000 people in attendance in Liverpool, all the way, every nook and cranny. We have people from America, from Nigeria, and all of that. So, and this year one is coming up on the 24th to 26th of October in Devonshire Hotel, Liverpool. I think the studio will play so you can see the details after. So please, 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 if you're watching it and you're around within Europe, within UK, America, please come. And one of these, some of these things we're talking about, coming together, bring it. Prophecy has said it twice already, that God is planning to bring back home all his seeds that are scattered everywhere. That was the vision God showed me so many years ago before God started the Apostolic Church LAWNA in the UK. That's the vision. And God is keen to bring that vision. So let's bring everybody. And if you are within Nigeria or any part of the world and you want to be a partaker, please get in touch with the studio. They'll get in touch with us.
All right,
we can give you
okay, thank you very much. Because of our time, we won't be able to go any further from here, but you can still drop your comments on all our social media handles, and I tell you they will be treated when you send them. Okay, thank you, Pastor Dotun, for joining us. We'll be allowing you live now, and also this is how far we are able to go on this live broadcast today. Tomorrow we'll be coming up again, so to give you the run through of all programs. Don't forget to be part of the prayer ministrations that will be coming up by 8 p.m. later tonight. You know it's always powerful, and our own pastor, Pastor J.O. Angelaya, the Shagamu area evangelist, will be handling that for tonight. So this is how far we are going. I want to say thank you to all the crews and everyone who have participated in today's broadcast. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned, and God bless you. Bye for now.